Hi guys, this is Mark from Optimum Technology Transfer. Welcome to you all. Today we're going to be looking at how to create named ranges in Excel, how to define names for ranges of cells. You may well have watched various other videos of mine here on YouTube. Talking about if statements, lookups of one kind or another, for example, where I've actually used named ranges in various more complex perhaps formulas that I've created. But let's get back to basics. Talking about named ranges, talking about defining names for ranges of cells. Why, first of all? Well, I really do think it can make the formulas that you create, particularly, of course, as they become more complex, much easier to write, much easier to remember, much easier to explain to colleagues. For example, named ranges, defining names for ranges of cells can give your models, your Excel spreadsheets, a level of clarity that perhaps they wouldn't otherwise have. And they can, in fact, also be very, very useful indeed for navigation, for moving around within an Excel spreadsheet, an Excel workbook. Okay, what's the scenario we've got here? Well, I've got a block of sales data and costs and profits and so on and so forth. Let's say, for example, that somebody would like me, as part of this particular report, to total up the sales. I guess this is how we all learned to do something like that. There's the total sales, for example. Equally, of course, I could do this to calculate, to total up the costs, for example, as well, and so on and so forth. What I'm doing, of course, there is using a range of cells. What I'm doing, of course, there is using a range of cells. But what I'd like to do is to make those formulas perhaps a little bit easier to understand, a little bit easier to read. That can involve using named ranges. There are various ways to create range names in Excel. Today we're going to look at a very, very simple way indeed. I will click and drag and highlight the range of cells I'd like to give a name to. I will click up into the name box up towards the top left corner here, just above column letters A and B. Click into the name box, type in a one-word named range or name, nice and meaningful, nice and relevant, nice and clear, and press return or enter. Those cells are now called literally sales. I'll do exactly the same for costs. Click up into my name box, type in costs, return or enter. One more, highlight the profits, click into the name box, type in profits, press return or enter. I can now use those words within my total sales, total costs, and total profits. So, equals sum. Instead of typing in sales, nice technique is to use the F3 function key. F3 is to paste name. I then look for the named range that I would like to use. Double click on sales, paste the name into the formula, and return or enter. Equals sum, open brackets, F3 once again. You get this nice little pick list. That's what this paste name dialog box is effectively. Can't quite remember what I called things. I will double click on costs and return or enter. One more, equals sum, open my brackets, F3 once again. Double click profits, press my return key. Of course, I get exactly the same numbers, but check it out, have a look at that. Equals sum open brackets sales, equals sum open brackets costs, equals sum open brackets profits, for example. So instead of using, for example, C4 colon C15 or D4 colon D15, nice meaningful, relevant, named ranges that I can use anywhere in any of my formulas. In future videos, again, talking about named ranges, guys, I'll show you some much more efficient ways of how to actually create a heap of different range names all in one go. But that's it for now.